All right, Jeannie, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name's Jeannie Schaefer, and I am the owner of Latella Gelato along with my husband, Eric Dietrich.
Nice, okay. And so how long have you all been open?
We're actually going into our second season, so we just finished our second summer.
And were there any lessons that you learned between the first summer and the second that you and I could share with some folks?
You know, it's just be patient and do what you can to intrigue your customers into coming in, especially since there's a lot of competition for us on the boardwalk in Carolina Beach during the summer in general.
Yeah, so this building that we're in was the storage area to the old arcade, right?
Yeah, it was considered storage, and there were a couple other businesses here before the fire. And then once that happened, they came back in, reconstructed everything, and we took advantage of building it from scratch.
Yeah, and I think that they've done a really good job on like this part of the block because there's all these nice new shops that weren't here before. So like, I think there was a lot of business opportunity that were missed for years. But,
yeah.
but maybe the economy wouldn't support it, but who knows. But
and now we're trying to get people to realize that we are all back here.
Right.
And most of us are open all year.
Yeah, and it's not just Sonny's up on the corner. That there's a ton of shops, and you got Jason's Go Sauce Yourself, and then there's the gift shop.
And CB Subs, and now we've got our barbecue neighbors.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask about the barbecue neighbors. So I saw they have a rooftop bar. Is this the first season they've been open?
This was their first summer. They opened, I believe, November of last year. And this was their first summer, and they had their rooftop bar open in July.
Wow. Well, I thought that was really neat because I just passed by, had no idea whatsoever that you could dine and eat up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's one thing that like Carolina Beach has missed. And so for a long time there wasn't any, and then except for like Tiki Bar way down there. But on the boardwalk there were none. But then there was Hurricane Alley, and then there was the hotel put where you can see the ocean from where you eat. And then now that one, so I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what motivated you to start a gelato business?
Well, my husband and I worked in corporate for a long time, and then it just got to the point where we were looking to do something different, and we decided to open a small business. We looked around for opportunities. We thought through what we wanted to do and what we found interesting ourselves, and we landed on doing gelato.
And you guys make all your gelato in-house?
Absolutely. We make everything in our kitchen back here, on site in the store. We use a very traditional method of making gelato, so it translates into the way it tastes and the way it feels when you're eating it. It's nice, rich, and creamy, even though it has less fat than ice cream typically does.
So if you were comparing the taste and texture of gelato versus ice cream, what would you say?
Gelato is going to feel creamier, and it's going to have a much more intense taste compared to ice cream because it's got less air in it. So when you're looking at ice cream versus gelato, it's denser, richer, and because we make it all here in-house, we can control the ingredients that we use.
So of the flavors that you make, which one is your favorite flavor?
That one's hard to say. It's like trying to choose your favorite child or your favorite pet. It's not going to happen because we make over 200 flavors right now.
Wow.
And we're always creating new recipes.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. So you might come in and the one that you had before wasn't here, so you are going to be forced to try something new.
Well, we encourage everyone to try something new.
Yeah.
We've had customers come in and say, oh, you don't have my favorite flavor. I was like, well, try something different because we give free samples, and then they leave having a new favorite, you know, and every time you come in, you're going to find a different flavor for you to try and enjoy.
That makes sense. So now I can,
Yeah, we know that. So what we do every day is we post a flavor lineup video on our Facebook and our Instagram page, and that way all of our customers who are looking for certain flavors or wondering what we have that day, just go to our Facebook page and they can see what flavors are available.
That is awesome. I didn't know you did that.
Yep.
I found you all in that group here where I went and posted, and I noticed the people in that group do a real good job of social media, and so that's awesome.
We all talk to each other and like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you? So we try and borrow and steal from each other in the best way possible.
No, and that's really good. Where's that group called?
It's called the Carolina Beach Shop, Stay, Eat, Drink, and Play.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I have 3 people out of that group that I'm interviewing. So your biggest challenges, what's been some of your biggest challenges running, a small business?
I think one of the bigger challenges, being on this ocean side of the boardwalk is, what we talked about before, that not a lot of people necessarily know we're back here because they're so used to being up front. And if you just walk by, you don't necessarily know that we're out here because we're not really able to post a lot of signs. So, a lot of what we do through social media and everything is trying to get people to recognize that there are year-round businesses here that are open every single day versus just open in the summer. And to get the locals and, even the tourists around here to recognize that, hey, there's some great shops to take advantage of.
Right. Yeah, and you think about people who go to the beach, they take the same route every time, and that to go walking. And like me, I would walk down the middle, but not necessarily all the way up and around the end. But now that there's some cool shops to go into.
And the number of people who come in and say, hey, I had no idea you're over here. I'm like, yeah, well, they're like, are you new? I was like, we've been here for almost 2 years. They're like, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
And I think it's neat because I can't think of another gelato place in town.
Yeah, a lot of people don't actually know what gelato is. So, they'll come in and like, is it like Jello? Is it like gelatin? I was like, no, it's closer to ice cream. And here, have a sample. What flavor we do a lot of sampling. We offer customers the opportunity to try the flavors because we want them to really love what they buy. And then, again, that's sort of the Italian thing. We do the traditional Italian decorating. So everything needs to look as pretty as it's going to taste. And, that whole eating with your eyes first before it actually gets to your stomach.
Well, it's definitely nice and bright and clean in here, and it's not what I would have thought of Carolina Beach 5 years ago. No offense to Carolina Beach, I love it, but it's not. But it is. It's like it's really cleaned up, and I mean the whole area of the boardwalk is cleaned up with a lot of new businesses, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're trying to bring in a lot of those types of businesses that cater to families, that are very family friendly, for kids especially. We're really strict on keeping everything as clean as possible. We actually have currently a perfect rating with our health department, and we aim to keep that.
Wow, that's awesome.
But we also want to make sure that parents feel very comfortable bringing their kids in. Even though we have a wine permit, we keep all of our alcoholic beverages and things separate so that there's no mistaking one for the other. And we have kid-friendly flavors and we have adult-only flavors.
Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, every weekend we have what's called Wine Down for the Weekend, where we make wine-infused gelato flavors. And there's usually 4 of them. During the off season, we're going to be offering more specials, things like that. But yeah, we're really the only person in Wilmington that is currently making our own wine gelato.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I had no idea. So we talked a little bit about your products, and you said you couldn't pick a favorite. But if I just came in and I said, I'm just going to try one, which one would you tell me I have to try?
Well, the 3 flavors I know that we always have are our 3 most popular, which are going to be vanilla, chocolate, and Oreo cookies and cream. So if you were to come in and just try one of those, it would give you a really good idea of the flavor and the quality consistency that we always put into our gelato. And I would say that we have a ton of customers who come in and they try like 3 or 4 different flavors, but then they always tend to go towards the chocolate because that's their their love.
Right. Yeah.
And I would never dissuade anybody because I think our chocolate and our vanilla especially are really, really good.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I was thinking of those 3. I would definitely go with the chocolate. So are there any other questions about your business that you think that I should ask?
I would just say, a lot of folks don't realize that we have a lot of different options, especially if you've got dietary issues. So we make vegan flavors. We always have a sugar-free option available. We make a lot of dairy-free. So if it's vegan, it's always dairy-free, but we also have dairy-free that's not vegan. We also do a lot of gluten-free, and our gelato is not usually made with eggs, so if you have an egg allergy, you can definitely enjoy this.
Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah, we're very mindful of a lot of folks that do have allergies or food intolerances. So we're very careful with not only what we make and how we make it, but we are very careful to keep everything as separate as possible and to avoid any cross-contamination if we can.
And what hours do you have?
Our hours change as we go further into the off-season, but right now we're open from 12 to 9 every day.
Okay. I see you've got some cones, some cups, some smoothies, some milkshakes.
Yeah, we have a lot of different things that we make with our gelato. You can either get gelato by the cup or by the cone. We also make our smoothies with the option of gelato, and they're real fruit smoothies, so we don't use pastes or powders or anything like that, just straight out fruit. We also make our gelato into milkshakes. We make our sorbettos into slushies. And we also have wine options, so you can do a wine, what we call a sloshy. which is fruit and wine blended up into a nice, refreshing beverage. You can also do wine by the can or by the cup or by the glass here to enjoy in the store. So, again, something for everyone. Your parents can come in and enjoy an adult beverage while the kids eat their gelato and just relax and enjoy the air conditioning.
And I see an espresso machine back there.
Yep, we also do coffee drinks. So we do espresso drinks, lattes, cappuccinos. You can either have them hot or iced. Pretty much any flavor of espresso, latte rather, or if you just want to do a straight shot of espresso, we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
We also do frappes. So if you're looking for like a coffee type of milkshake, you would order a frappe, and that's like a nice icy blended coffee drink with a little whipped cream if you'd like.
Wow. Yeah, that's usually my go-to. So how long have you lived in the area?
My husband and I actually live just over the bridge. We've been here for over 10 years.
Yeah. We were just talking a minute ago, there's just a ton of growth that's here on the island.
Yeah. And I know not everyone's happy with some of the growth or development. Not everyone really wants it to turn into a tourist destination. But I think that they've done a really good job of sort of finding that balance between growth and bringing in certain businesses while still encouraging that local community type of feel.
Yeah, I think that it's challenging to have a business that is based on, that's kind of seasonal.
Yeah.
Because you have to budget 12 months, and when you might only have 8 months of, like real steady business, I'm sure that December, January, February, November
it's a
are
little
challenging.
Tough. Yeah, it does, because again, it comes back to not a lot of people necessarily know you're back here. So during the winter, when the locals might come out and enjoy, they wander around, but they don't necessarily come to the boardwalk because they assume everything is closed for the season, which is not really the case anymore. So we're trying to get that news out there, and we're also trying to get the folks that are over the bridge in Wilmington to recognize there's still stuff in Carolina Beach to do and enjoy. Because it's not just Carolina Beach locals, but Wilmington as a whole, as a community, as a local, to have them come on over the bridge, enjoy the beach, enjoy the restaurants, enjoy what's available for shopping, and support local business.
Yeah. And so if you and your husband are going out to eat, so what are some of your favorite restaurants here on the island of Carolina Beach?
Oh, there are so many good places to eat. Really depends on how much we're looking to spend sometimes and how much we, what we want to eat. So if we're looking for, say, like a good seafood, like a seafood chowder, it's really easy for us to pop over to Michael's and get like their seafood chowder and just relax and enjoy. If we're looking for something a little bit more where we have to get dressed up a little bit and we feel like we're gonna make an effort, we might go to like Surf House or Deck House. Or Havana's, just for those types of experiences, just to sit back and relax, because there are a lot of different options there too. And sometimes you just want to grab a really good sandwich or something, casual. And we're lucky that we've got some great neighbors that we can just pop over to like CB Subs and get a really good sandwich. Or, you hop onto the boardwalk and the first thing you smell is the barbecue coming over from our neighbors. And, they've got some really excellent barbecue if you're looking for that.
Yeah, it's going to be real convenient too when you're busy and you don't get too far from your business.
Yeah, and luckily they deliver, so...
Yeah.
The number of times we just pop on over and just deliver everything to everybody, and it's just really convenient, but it's also really good food.
Now, if someone's just coming to the area visiting from out of state or somewhere, and what are some tips that you would give them, or say that what's some things that they should do here on the island?
I mean, I think the pages that we have on Facebook are very informative, and the locals that are involved in the social media pages are very helpful in giving their suggestions and their favorites. I think there's a lot of online, and like the Chamber of Commerce provides a lot of good information. But it's just word of mouth tends to be the number one thing. Asking somebody who's local here what their favorite places to eat or where they should go and what to do. I think you get a lot of good ideas from just talking to your locals.
I agree, and I think that even when it's tourist season and it's really busy, you can always find local people.
Yeah.
Hanging out and talk to them.
You've got the locals that hide out during tourist season, but you've got those that recognize, and just because it's summer doesn't mean that I have to,
Yeah.
keep myself in a cave.
How can people find you on social media? I know you're very active on there.
Yeah, just look for our name. Everything is branded with Latella Gelato. So our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and our Instagram page all have very similar addresses. And when in doubt, you can always go to our website, which is latellagelato.com. And that's a place that you can not only find all of our social media pages, but we're updating it as much as we can, so you can see our current list of flavors that might potentially be out there, different offers, like if you've got an event that you want us to help cater and work with your catering partners for, say, a gelato bar. We also do things like that.
Oh, so that's awesome.
And we have a little transportable case that we use for our wine down for the weekend. It holds four to 8 flavors, depending on what you're looking for. So all we need is a plug, and we can definitely help out with events and things like that.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so that's Latella, Latella Gelato. And you said you do a lot of videos and stuff on Facebook and Instagram. So awesome. I'll have people look you up there.
Awesome.
Thanks.